So I've seen these videos, with people commenting on them saying things about how the gym just, doesn't really seem to work for them. They don't really see the mental health benefits from it. They don't see the change actually happening with their physique. And if you're someone, if you're a guy who's been struggling with this for a while, you seem to not really be able to make those changes, and you've been in the gym for a year, you've been in the gym for 2 years, and you haven't really noticed the difference. The reality of the situation is it's not that the gym doesn't work. Okay, it's not that the gym doesn't work. It's just that you aren't doing what you need to do to see the progress you want to see. Now, I know that's kind of like a slap in the face, but it's the reality of the situation, and it's kind of what you need to hear, bro. There's two principles that you need to understand if you want to actually change your physique and you want to do it fast. If you do these things, there's no reason why within 1 year you could not have a lean, aesthetic, muscular looking physique. There's just no reason. Like, there's no reason besides the fact that you aren't doing these two things. So there's like two principles you have to understand when it comes to being in the gym, working out, and actually making progress. And what's interesting is that these principles I'm about to talk about also apply to other areas of your life, right? It's not just the gym. It's not just fitness. You can take these into any realm. So the first one is consistency. Okay. And we all know, we need to be consistent in the gym. We need to continue to show up. You need to actually put in the work. For me personally, I think, at minimum, if this is a goal that you actually want to achieve and it's an important constraint on your life right now that you want to solve, whether that be for health reasons or whatever, you need to actually be willing to put in at least 3 days a week. If you can't do 3 days a week, that kind of just tells me you aren't actually committed to the process. There's no reason why you can't spend 3 hours in the gym per week to get the results that you want to get. Even if that means a home gym, even if that means working out from home, there's no reason why you can't put in 3 hours per week. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, I don't have the time, blah, 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 blah. And this is where I come in with talking about productivity, talking about eliminating a lot of the distractions, a lot of the just time wasted doing things like video games, social media, TV. You cut these things out, you will find the time, bro. You will find the time if it's that important to you. So that's the first aspect of it, is just consistency. It's just being consistent. And, you might say, oh, well, I'm consistent and I haven't seen results. Really? Well, answer me this. Do you actually have an app that I talk about called Strong, or one of these, workout trackers on your phone where you could actually go back and see exactly how many workouts you did? Because before I ever had that app, I would think that I was working out, 5, 6 times a week. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing so great. But the reality of the situation was I was actually only doing like 3 times per week. Do you have one of these, right? This is like a habit tracker, so you can actually see whether or not you're succeeding. So like, for example, in the gym column right here, you can see I skipped a day right here, right? I skipped a day here, but the previous 4 days I was consistent. Do you have one of these? Because if you don't have one of these, then there's no way for me to actually know what you're saying is actually true or not. And you could literally just be lying to yourself, thinking you're putting in more effort, when in reality, you're not. You're not staying consistent. So that's the first principle, is understanding consistency and actually using tools to keep yourself consistent, right? That's why people have coaches. That's why people try to find a way to keep themselves accountable, because it's not just knowing how to do the thing. It's not just the knowledge. There's infinite amounts of knowledge on the freaking internet. Like, it's just endless. It's about knowing how to actually apply what you've learned so you can have success. So that's the first principle to understand. The second one, though, dude, the second one that you might not have thought of is it's not enough to just be consistent, right? A lot of people say, even when it comes to YouTube, right? When I create YouTube videos, when I remember when I first got started, everybody going, oh, consistency, bro, that's all you need. You just need to be consistent. But the reality of the situation is I've looked around and I've seen countless channels, bro, countless channels who are extremely consistent, who have uploaded thousands of videos, and yet they don't have success. And yet I've seen other channels who have posted, maybe 20, 50 videos, and they have extreme success. So what is it that kind of creates that difference, that gap between the people who have success and those who don't? It's not just consistency. It's actual intentional improvement while being consistent. It's called consistent improvement, right? Or being consistently improving what you're working on. And so this kind of applies to really every area of life. If you're trying to start a business, if you're trying to get lean, if you're trying to get, jacked, if you're trying to even, like get in a relationship, find like a girl that would work well for you, you can be in a long-term relationship with. These things still apply. These principles still apply. And so you have to be focused on being consistent while also trying to improve at the same time. Because if we just go into the gym, let's just go back to the gym example, okay? Because I got a little bit off topic. We go back to the gym example. We can sit there and go, I've been consistent. I've been going for the past 3 days, every week for the past, I don't know, 6 months. But then we have to ask ourselves, have I been improving? Have I been working on, my time under tension? Have I been working on my range of motion? Have I been working on my mind to muscle connection? Have I been lifting heavier every time I go and do a workout? Or have I been lifting heavier every week? Right? So are we making improvements? Because I can tell you right now, if you've been consistent and you've been making improvements, there's no way that after a year you haven't seen some sort of results. There's no way. There's absolutely no chance that you haven't seen results. So the gym does work, but it only works for those who are willing to actually accept the work and put in what they need to in order to get the results. If you say, oh, the gym doesn't have mental health benefits, it doesn't really do much for my physique, it's not really going to change my life. If that's your perspective, well then guess what? You're going to get exactly what you believe, bro. You're going to get exactly what you believe. If what you believe is that the gym isn't actually beneficial, then you will act based on those beliefs. And basically, you're just going to end up in the same place. See, for me, I believe that the gym absolutely improves my mental health, absolutely improves my physical health, absolutely improves my ability to just be consistent, perform at a higher level, and be more attractive of a person and be more masculine. And so because I believe that, I go in there, I actually put in the work, I try to push myself while also staying consistent. That's why I have the physique I have. That's why. Because I've decided to do that and make that a priority in my life. And so for you, it really just comes down to a few simple concepts. Are you willing to actually put in the work to do this? Do you really want this? That's the first question. Because maybe you just think you want this, but you really don't. Maybe you've just been conditioned by society, or maybe someone in your life told you, oh, yeah, you should probably get into the gym for a bit. Maybe you're just doing it because of what someone else said, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just wondering, do you actually want it? Because people who actually want it will do whatever it takes. I did whatever it took to get to the place that I'm at now. I was willing to put in the countless hours, days, the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into this journey. And you might not be willing to do that. But I would ask you, what's the alternative? Do you like being out of shape? Do you like, feeling self-conscious? Do you like the way that you look in the mirror right now? And if not, the pain of you changing, the pain of you having to change and to become a different person is not going to be as painful as you staying in the same place that you are now, right? It's the same thing for me. The pain of starting a YouTube channel, bringing my thoughts and speaking about the things I believe out into the world, well, that could be a little bit scary in the beginning. It's much more painful to stay in the position where, you hate what you do, where you don't ever talk about what you believe, where you don't build the skills of being able to speak. So for me, that's how I made that transition. For me, the pain of having the physique I used to have, right? Of being kind of skinny, then being skinny fat, feeling unhealthy, feeling low performance, not liking the way I look in the mirror, not fitting or filling out my clothes the proper way. That was more painful to me than having to stay consistent with the gym 3 times per week, eating the right food and improving my habits with that, and progressive overloading. And setting a goal, whether that be for cutting or bulking or whatever that might be. So really, you just got to decide for yourself, where are you? Where are you at? And you have to change your beliefs around what you can expect from a thing. So those are the 2 principles to keep in mind. Stay consistent, and not just staying consistent, but also improving, right? Consistently improving are the principles that you have to apply in the gym if you want to actually see change. All right, bro? So that's it. Let me know down in the description what you've been struggling with when it comes to the gym. If you're not seeing, any of the growth that you have from in terms of lifting and not seeing any, muscle being built, or if you're just having a hard time burning fat, let me know down in the comments what your biggest struggle is right now with building your physique. And I will see you next time. Peace.